you saw this weird non-video, but it works. And I still have no idea why, but somehow works. I actually don't see myself on YouTube. That's strange. Do you see me live on YouTube? All right, I see it. I see it. I see it! Wow. And you know what else? This is so bizarre. Like, all the links are already here. If you go and look in the, description section of this video, you'll see all the different podcasts that you can find this live stream on, like the audio version. You can find my Patreon and my PayPal, which I will be more active on at the end of this month when I leave my summer job and I, switch over to freelance. And you'll see all the different, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Minds, which is a new thing that I started going on. It's a new, a new social media platform, so I definitely recommend that. And also TikTok, but you don't see TikTok on there because TikTok is a mobile app. But definitely check out TikTok because it's so much fun. Like, TikTok is not even a professional thing, and people, in the real world don't even know what TikTok is, but it's going so viral. Like, people who are younger than us, 25. I don't know, actually. I've seen all sorts of people on TikTok. It's a fun app. It's really fun. And there's so much you could do on it. There's honestly nothing that makes me addicted more than TikTok videos. It's so funny. Like, someone is saying I need a guitar in my background. You know what's so funny? Like, I didn't plan on this being my back setup. This is just a bunch of stuff was here, and I was like, I guess I'll do it here until I figure something out. But now that I think about it, it's actually like a pretty good setup. Like, it seems like something's going on instead of just a black background like I had before. And so maybe I don't need to change things. Maybe I just need to add more clutter and it will make sense. Yeah, like someone said, put a guitar in the background. Someone is asking, yeah, hey Joe, this is a Bruin shirt. This is my UCLA t-shirt. Check it out. Can you see it? I don't know if you can tell. Woohoo! Go Bruins! So honestly, I wasn't really into games when I was in college. I was always studying. I was always either studying or in some club or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't really going to games, and I was not involved in any way with Greek life, which honestly, I think it would have been really cool if I was. If I was involved with Greek life, like I watch like all these movies and stuff, and it's all like fraternities and whatever, and like, it just looks like so much fun. My friends and I crashed a frat party once, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. Like, I can't even tell you how fun it was, and it felt like it felt like we were in a movie. And I think part of the fun was that it was so, like, exciting to be in a different, I don't know, if it was exciting to be at a frat party. But Rosemary says work with what you've got. You know what's so funny? I actually feel like I'm in college now, because that's like when I left college and I left LA and I came here, that's when I started having all my college fun. If I tried to have that much fun in college, it wouldn't have worked, because I was, undergrad is really hard. I was studying like life sciences, human biology, and like physics and chemistry and all that stuff. And I was so absorbed in my studying, and then I came home and I was with my family. And so like, if I tried to have a party life at that time, it would totally ruin my studies. It wouldn't work with my family. Like, here in DC, that's like the perfect place to have it. Here is the perfect place to have it, because I'm in grad school, but grad school is way easier than undergrad, let's be honest. Grad school is much, at least because what I'm studying in grad school, business and communications, nothing like studying the hard sciences. It's Like, you know, school's hard, blah, 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 but honestly, I'm not feeling it compared to what undergrad was. Undergrad was at UCLA, I don't know, I'm sure it's like this in other places. It was like a nightmare. And so here it's really like, I feel like I'm in college here and I'm having a party, I'm just having fun all the time. My parents aren't here, they can't control me, I can do whatever I want. I can go, I'm like thinking of getting a piercing right over here. I can just go crazy, and probably like the only thing that I won't do, like, I'm basically doing everything that will freak my parents out. The only thing that I won't do is get a tattoo, because tattoos are forever, and I'll give my parents that. Like, that's fine. But everything else I'll do. But and also I've been traveling a lot, so that's even more awesome. Charleston was great. I'm definitely going back to Charleston. Like, that's one of the more fun places. I've been, you know, going around the Northeast a little bit too, and that's exciting because there's just so much to do. I'll probably go back to LA, visit my family for a little bit, just because, you know, I haven't been there in like 2 years or something, and my family's like, wow, why aren't you here? Okay, so I'll go visit them. But I maybe I'll get a face tattoo before I go and show it off to my family. Bobby's saying, OMG, you added some color to your place. The all white was so boring. I agree. You know what? I actually didn't even do this on purpose. I just did it because, like, I didn't know what else to do. And this, like, I didn't even put these here to, like, make a set. This is already here. So I didn't even have to put work into doing this. I literally just was like, oh, okay, I'll do this for now until I figure something out. And it turns out, it works out. There's Winston Churchill. Do you see his face? Never give in. Winston Churchill. Everyone is saying that's Alex Jones. It's not Alex Jones. It's Churchill. I don't know. I don't even remember who it was, but people were like, is that Alex Jones? No, it's not Alex Jones. Why would I have a painting of Alex Jones here in my place? Why would I, like, and it says never give in, but yeah. And I have something else exciting to tell you guys. Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. This channel on YouTube is being monetized. Woo! This is really exciting. I can't tell you how excited I am. Well, it hasn't been monetized yet. I still have to like jump through a few hoops, but they've approved it, which means that I am getting monetized. I just have to like click a few buttons and like, I don't know, enable it or whatever. So I still have to click a few buttons, but basically, and you know what's so funny? It's been exactly 4 months, and 4 months is the exact, I calculated from the beginning, from the first week, I calculated exactly how long it will take to get us to this place, and I predicted exactly 4 months. And exactly 4 months later, I get approved for monetization. How crazy is that? I'm a genius. If you ever want me to make you a YouTube channel, I'll do it for you. Basically. And, you know, it's so easy. And maybe because I enjoy it, but even if you don't enjoy it, like, I don't know, why would you make a YouTube channel if you didn't enjoy it? Everyone who ever tried to make a YouTube channel, like, does it because they enjoy it, because this isn't, you don't do it if, like, I don't know, there's other things you could do to make money, but if you ever wanted to make a YouTube channel, like, you could. I could help you. I could help you make, like, a really, like, I don't even make, these aren't even professional in any way. I've never even done a podcast before. I barely know how to use YouTube. I barely know how to do anything on here, and it was really just like I started it off, played around with it, tried. Some of you were here from the beginning, and you remember how much technical difficulties I had. You remember how bad the sound was, and it was scratchy, and I tried to like use a software where it had like, you know, people, like I tried to have people Skype in, and it was all just so crazy. But I learned over the past 4 months, and I learned enough that I think I can help anybody make a YouTube channel, because anyone else in this industry is going to be more talented than I am, more like skilled, equipped, you know, more experience with this kind of thing. And if I put what I know about making a YouTube channel with their expertise, their channels would be huge. Like if I had their, so like, you don't have to be like the most skilled person ever, but like imagine with the skill that you have or whatever you have to talk about, like these people have a lot to talk about. People, like political people and, experts on different topics have a lot to talk about. Imagine if you have a lot to talk about and you follow my strategy for making a YouTube channel, you'd be huge. And basically my strategy is like, I literally just like calculated the first week how well I was doing, how fast I was growing. And then I just like, kept track of it and made sure I was being consistent so that like, the numbers stayed the same, going up stay the same and all that stuff. And it worked. It's amazing. Like, I can't even believe it. It was on the dot. I mean, maybe it wasn't even, like, honestly, I don't know, divine intervention. Like, how does it work so perfectly on the dot? And another thing is that everybody that I talk to, every single person, no matter what, like, and everyone that I talk to has been incredibly nice and supportive for the most part. But everybody was like, I mean, you're not getting monetized. Why would they monetize? YouTube wants quality videos. YouTube wants like, perfect audio, they want to see like a whole production, and they want to see all these beautiful things on your screen, and they don't want you saying anything crazy. They don't like live streams because on your live stream you're gonna say some crazy thing that's gonna get you in trouble. They're gonna hear because like the algorithm, it like catches when you say bad words. It's gonna catch bad words and then you'll get demonetized. Your whole channel will get demonetized. All these bad things are gonna happen while you're affiliated with the right. You're gonna get demonetized because you're on a list somewhere. Oh no, you're not even gonna get approved. They're probably gonna even like delete your channel because you're just you're not putting effort into this. Anyway, I really did not think that they would approve it. And not only approve it, they would approve it so fast. I mean, it's only been a few days, like maybe over the weekend, since my channel hit 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours, so that means I've only hit the threshold like a couple days ago. And it usually takes YouTube like at least a month to decide if they want to approve you and whatever. It's only been a couple days ago, and they did it. I got the email. And so like, I mean, nothing is forever, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and there's all sorts of things that could happen, and I don't know, but right now it just feels like I can accomplish anything. And it feels like anybody can accomplish anything. And all the doubts and worries are just like made up. They're in people's heads. People experience some awful situations, and then it almost manifests into like a worldview. Like, it's really hard to experience something that's not, especially with YouTube. I mean, so many people are having trouble with YouTube, and I think a lot of it has to do with politics, which I'm about to get to in a second. Politics is ruining YouTube and ruining a bunch of different platforms. In the beginning, I started to try to stop in the beginning, my goal to talk about politics less, which I'm still talking about politics, but just because it's like so connected with culture. Like I keep saying I won't and I do, but it's part of culture. But I know what it is that I'm talking about when I say I don't want to talk about politics, and I realize that I'm just talking about partisan politics. I'm not talking about, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about partisan politics. Hot takes Pardes. Hot takes Pardes doesn't exist anymore. You know, what is it? Hot takes, like, that doesn't exist anymore. I don't want to trigger political partisan things because honestly I don't care about it. I think partisan politics right now is so stupid. Everyone is like hanging on to like some sort of talking point in order to politicize something and to be angry about something. In the beginning, when I said I wasn't going to talk about politics, it was just because I was scared. I didn't want to get in trouble with, you know, I have a lot of friends. I'm affiliated with a lot of people on the right, and most of these big tech companies and corporations are left-wing. And so I was afraid that maybe I'll get censored or banned from something or not be able to like work with anyone ever again or do anything and be totally banned from civilization because I said something political. So that's why that's the reason why in the beginning I tried to stay away from politics. But as it went on and I was like, you know, being a little milder about it, and in the beginning it was actually like, I mean, I lost, believe it or not, I lost close to 3,000 followers in just the past couple months, maybe even just the past month or something. So like, and I know it's not a big deal because it's just Twitter, it's not a big deal, blah, blah. But it's a big deal for me because, you know, this is like my audience and it feels, you know, it's like imagine if it's a virtual audience. Imagine if you're sitting in front of a room full of people and you're giving a talk and then suddenly like 3,000 people just walk out. You're talking to like 3,000 people. I don't know, and like 3,000 people just get up and walk out. It doesn't feel nice. You feel like, where is everyone going? Where are you going? What? Why? And so, like, there's that. And there was just the fact that I felt a little bit out of everything because all the people in my feed were talking about politics. And I wasn't really, you know, I felt like, oh no, like, nothing I'm saying is so important because I'm not talking about the serious things like politics, like gun control, and abortion, and what's happening on this college campus, and these people are protesting. So, yeah, I started to feel a little bit bad, and I would go, you know, keep going back and saying some, you know, making some sort of political statement. I'm still doing that. Making some sort of political statement in order to get the followers back. And then I get a couple hundred followers back. And then they realize that, nah, I really don't care. And then they leave again. And I'm just like, no. But there's a special feeling of peace that I've regained by staying away a little bit from partisan politics. And it's something that I am very, very lucky to have felt, to like have found, because and part of it is the fact that I have been talking a little bit less about, or not even talking less about politics, but just attaching myself less to partisan politics. Hanging out with people in a non-political setting. Like a couple nights ago, I went out with a bunch of friends and we just went crazy and did crazy things and got shit-faced. And a girl in my Uber peed. She peed herself. And it was just like a crazy night. And that's just one example. But like there was no politics involved in that. Every single one of us had like a totally different political mindset, and we didn't even talk about, like, it wasn't even a thing. It was just, you know, it was just a group of friends, and that's just one example. But like, this has been the past couple of months has been like a transition from partisan politics into just real world stuff. I've been traveling into, like, you know, real America and seeing how real people are thinking and feeling and talking. And it's really nice. And then I can just come back into the zone and see what everyone's talking about and then get freaked out again. So, like today, for example, I log on to Twitter, and I don't know if you guys have been following Twitter, but oh my god. Every time I log on, by the way, like, Periscope always, my YouTube people are always like the nice people. Like, I love everybody on YouTube. But then there's people on Periscope, like, I don't know where these people come from, but they're just, like, always angry at something. And I think it's because it's on Twitter. Like, I mean, I was literally just telling you that, and people have been proving my point. Like, Twitter has just become so toxic. So, like, I could have people on YouTube watching my stuff, and I see everybody's comments, like, side by side. So I see everybody, like, you know, their comments right after another, all in one place. And what I see is Twitter people are watching because they're watching because they enjoy it. Like, they're there for the videos. People on Twitter have not necessarily, like, come to watch your videos. Twitter is just it basically just, it, like, shows up on your feed whether or not you wanted to see it. So basically, and then Twitter is also a very political place, and people are just angry, especially today. It's a Monday, people are angry, and it's not only just a Monday, but it's a Monday after 2 terrible tragedies which spun off into, like, a bunch of awful, toxic political fights. So people are just feeling anxious and angry, and then then they see this Twitter stream of, like, some random person talking blah blah blah, and then they get mad. But anyway, that was my experience with Twitter today and yesterday. I've, like, mostly tried to stay away, which has been actually easy, but it's just so much anger, and I just see people ripping each other apart. And I've been meditating lately, so maybe that's why, like, going from that, like, just sense of peace and, like, thinking about nothing, and then going from that to just watching people rip each other apart over what, in my opinion, is the dumbest things ever. You know what? We're all gonna die. When we die, is any of this gonna matter? Like, I was talking about, like, I was talking with a friend about, like, theology and stuff like that recently. And at the end of the day, everything that happens here in this world, in your, you know, political circle and whatever, is just a tiny, tiny, tiny speck on this planet, in this galaxy, in this, like, universe or whatever. And space is, and this is actually another thing that I was listening, like, basically outer space is infinite. It goes on until forever. And that means that we are infinitely small and basically nothing. When negative infinity is treated as 0. Negative infinity is treated as 0. If space goes on to infinity, and then if space goes on to infinity, then we're negative infinity. And negative infinity is basically treated like 0. We're nothing. That's basically what we are. We're nothing. And all these things that are happening here are nothing. And we don't treat it as nothing for the purpose of, you know, experiencing this world and functioning in it. If you're here, you might as well enjoy it and experience it. Be the best person you can be. See beautiful things. Go and travel. See everything. Like, talk to people. Like, hear people's different perspectives. And have fun. And reproduce. But in terms of problems, why are we, like, there are so many problems already. There are so many problems that people are facing already. Why would we want to add? There's tragedies. People are getting massacred, right? And besides that, I mean, people are, I actually just reconnected with a friend from, like, what is it? This is 2019. I just reconnected with a friend from like 7 years ago or 8 years ago. 7 or 8 years ago, I just reconnected with a friend. And I think it was 8 years ago. Yes, I just reconnected with a friend from 8 years ago. And this guy, I mean, this is just one example, but like you could be totally fine 1 minute. I mean, this is my friend who is like, I just remember him as like so like vibrant and like on his feet, and he's in a hospital bed right now. Like really sick. And it's just like, we don't appreciate these things until we don't have it. There is already so much, and like, I feel like I'm kind of going in a loop, but there's so much that can go wrong in this world that is a tiny speck of negative infinity, which is basically nothing. There's so much bad stuff that already goes on. Why do we want to add like all this extra bad stuff? Like, I mean, 2 really awful tragedies happened like yesterday and the night before. In like less than 24 hours, 2 awful things happened. And a bunch of people were killed, more people were injured. I mean, the Dayton shooter, so there was the El Paso shooting, and then there was a Dayton shooter. That one was like, the guy killed his sister and her boyfriend too. Like, I don't know. Oh my god. I think I might disable Periscope comments because they're so distracting. But they're really distracting, I'm sorry. Like, I think I really might disable Periscope comments. Or maybe just not comment Periscope, because like, I'm totally doing fine with YouTube. My YouTubers are great. The YouTube viewers are great. And we're really growing on YouTube really fast. And it's not just because of the people on Twitter. YouTube has been great. They've been promoting my videos. So other people have been from just random YouTube. They've been joining this live stream. It's only Twitter that has been sending me all this toxicity, because my Twitter followers a lot of them are very political. And they're very, when I say political, I mean partisan. If you know, they're there for a purpose. They're like, they're fighters. They're fighting for something. Some sort of political fight. We don't even know what it is, but we're just here to fight. And if you are even not as angry as we are, we're angry. We want to fight. We want to change something. If you're not as angry as they are, like, they'll get mad at you. They'll freak out. They'll be like, what are you doing? You're talking about nothing. You're talking about something dumb. You know what? My dumb thing that I'm talking about is getting more viewers than, like, is getting more viewers permanent than, like, CNN. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you calculate like the amount of money that CNN puts into their production, I'm doing better than CNN. I'm just saying, like, if this was nothing, then people wouldn't be watching. But there is a reason why people watch. And that's because partisan politics isn't everything. There's like an infinite amount of things in the world to talk about that isn't partisan politics. And the thing about the past few days is that there are two awful things that happen, and people are like, no, this isn't bad enough. We need to make it worse. We need to harness whatever toxic energy is coming out of this. We need to harness it and like take advantage of it and make it even worse, because as Eckhart Tolle would say, we have a pain body, and we finally found a vessel for our pain body. Your pain body is basically the being inside of you that is hurt and it's basically a part of you, so it needs to be sustained with more negative energy. You need negative energy in order to sustain your pain body. So when tragedies happen, people with big pain bodies, large pain bodies, will absorb this. They will revel in it. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I have to take advantage of this really bad, toxic thing that happened, because it is helping to sustain my pain body. It's helping my pain body live. My pain body is a big part of me. I can't live without my pain body. So, like, they enjoy it. And I know the feeling. It makes sense. They enjoy, like, when this bad stuff happens, they enjoy the feeling of, like, being able to be a part of it and be upset about it and, oh no, what's happening? And so, like, the more people with pain bodies latch onto it, the worse it gets. The more pain bodies it creates, because it like spreads the toxicity to a bunch of more people. And like seeing a lot of my friends rip each other apart, it hurts. And actually, I tweeted about this and people were like, ah ha ha, you didn't actually have this dream. I actually had a dream a few nights ago, and it really was real. It was actually, I had this dream like right after I passed out after that crazy night. But anyway, I dreamt that a group of people was beheading another group of people. And those people were like standing there like sheep as like this group of people puts knives to their necks and is beheading them. And I remember like in my dream being like freaking out and trying to stop it and like, oh no, I need to do something. But like in your dream, you know how like in your dream you're trying to do something but you're not, you can't, you're just stuck in place and you're like trying to reach something but you can't reach it, and you're basically just like helpless, like I need to get it, I need to stop it, people are dying. And so I just couldn't. And then someone, I don't even remember who it was, or like there was a voice, like some friend or somebody was like, Pardes, you need to stop. There's nothing you can do. Bye, Ron. See you soon. There's nothing you can do, and these people, this had to happen. These people were gonna do this. There's a way that things are working. Maybe they have to like release their pain bodies. Maybe this is like some sort of, I don't know, but this is something that is happening and it doesn't concern you. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is be good, be a positive being, so that when those people decide to release their pain bodies, or when they somehow outgrow their pain bodies, or when they've experienced so much pain that it explodes in them and they're forced to give up their pain bodies, they can come back to you and you'll be there for them. So, do whatever you can, but in terms of creating problems where they don't exist, I think partisan politics is a great example of that. You can't, like, untragedy a tragedy, you know? And, like, it really feels not genuine when everybody suddenly has the same exact response to a tragedy. Like, really? How does everybody have the same exact solution to a tragedy, to, like, a bad thing that happens? Someone dies and then suddenly everybody is like, oh yeah, like, they died because our policies are like this and this and this, and, like, they all have the same exact answer. That sounds like brainwash to me. That sounds like that sounds like brainwash. Rick Taylor is asking, how do you know if you have a pain body? By the way, pain body is not my own words. It comes from I'm on my second book by Eckhart Tolle. He's a philosopher. He's like a meditation guru. He's Dutch, and I really like it. Like, if you've noticed that I'm acting a little more peaceful. I mean, I feel a little more peaceful because of those books. They've really been helping me. And so he uses the word pain body a lot. Pain body is like, you know, a toxic part of you that's attracted to toxicity and, you know, has been wounded before and needs to sustain that wound. So usually you can tell you have a pain body when you're basically recreating painful situations. Like, you know, you experience something bad and then you try to do that bad thing to somebody else because it, you know. Up Yours says, I'm also Dutch. Yay, I have Dutch people on this stream. I love it when I have people of other nationalities on this stream because it's cool. It's cool. And also, if I ever want to go to a different country, maybe I could be like, hey, anyone in this country wants to hang out? And they'll be like, yeah. I actually, like, haven't done that yet. Like, I was in London and I ran into Felix, and that was totally by accident. That was totally coincidental. But I've never actually, like, gone to a different country and said, hey, like, who wants to hang out? I want to do that. That would be pretty cool if I actually did that. Go to, like, Belgium or something and be like, hey, who's in Belgium? Want to hang out? That would be pretty cool. But, yeah. But, in terms of politics, like, just log on to Twitter right now and you see what I'm saying. Like, everyone has like a hot take that is angry. And you know what? Like, that was exactly me. And it's still me. Like, I still do that. Like, everyone does it, but it's just this sort of, there's an energy that's causing it. It doesn't have to be that way. Everyone doesn't have to do it. There are plenty of places on the internet where people are not doing it. There are, like, you know, these TikTok stars. They're just, you know, making these little TikTok videos, and they're fun. If you are on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram and watch my Instagram stories, because that's actually where I post most of the TikTok videos. I don't post most of the TikTok videos here on Twitter. On YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube or Twitter. And I don't even post them on Instagram. I post them in my Instagram stories. So only if you follow me on Instagram and you happen to watch my Instagram stories, that's how you'll see them, my TikTok videos. Or if you're on TikTok, which most of you aren't. A lot of you don't even know what TikTok is. But go on my Instagram, and my Instagram link is, you'll see it in the comments in the description below. I mean, the description below the YouTube video. So go go in the in the description. You'll see a link to my Instagram channel feed, and go on Instagram and you'll see like my stories, and they're really funny. And I'm saying that because I had so much fun making them. Diacritical 1 is actually in one of them, and it's but if you make it, see, the nice thing about TikTok is that it's still really small. If you go on TikTok, like, there's a chance that I'll follow you and I'll probably follow, not there's a chance, like, I'll follow you if you're on TikTok. So just go on TikTok and be like, hey, and I'll follow you, because TikTok is so small right now. I mean, like my TikTok is so small right now, and like there are people who've gotten big on it, but it's still so much in its like beginning stages that it is, if you go on it now and you try to like make it big and you keep making videos on it, eventually you'll blow up and it will be easy too. You don't have to like make a whole production, because TikTok is still, TikTok is what YouTube used to be when it was like still, everybody can get monetized. And so TikTok is right now in that stage. And I keep saying it's the new Vine, but like Vine crashed, but TikTok is doing well. TikTok is right now the 4th most downloaded app in the world. Compare that with like maybe 10 years ago. TikTok was not, TikTok was like all the way at the bottom. They're actually getting like 0 downloads. Nobody cared about TikTok. Suddenly, in the past few years, their numbers have shot up. And I think the reason for that is because a lot of, I think the reason for that in large part is actually big tech companies, like big tech censorship. YouTube is a big reason, I think, because like people went to YouTube in order to like watch crazy, funny, weird videos. And like, people want something authentic, right? I mean, that's why some of you are here. People want something that's like, not manufactured, or like there isn't like a whole production involved. So YouTube used to be that, but then YouTube became a little more like manufactured, and they kicked out a bunch of like the independent journalists, and like, I don't know, YouTube cracked down on a lot of people. And then the people who were there for like the people who were on YouTube in order to watch like the little people and like the less, like the more like the less manufactured creators, they left YouTube and they went to other places like TikTok, because TikTok is still in that stage where like anyone can make it big. Another thing is like, you don't need a lot of followers to get a lot of views on your videos, on your TikTok videos. You literally like make a video, and then it like someone else, like you make a video, and then if based on like a sound, and if that sound becomes popular, then everybody who's like checking that sound is gonna see your video. So that's how you're gonna get a lot of views. So like, it's really just choosing like the best, it's really just making as many videos as possible, but also choosing like the best sounds to like lip sync to, and that's how people see your videos, because when they go and click on that sound, they see all the people who made videos based on that sound. Anyway, you can become a star on TikTok. So in case you wanted to become a star on something, and by the way, becoming a star on something is not just about being famous and having fun. It is like a lot of fun. It really is like I haven't seen an app more fun than TikTok. TikTok is actually the most fun app that I've ever come across. More fun than games and whatever. But there's more to having a large social media following than just having attention and fame. Having a large social media following is it's a platform. And it's just like if you were like, I don't know, if you were giving a TED Talk and you had a bunch of people there, that's a platform. Having like people, having an audience, having people listening to you. So that's that's why people want it. And it's good because there's so much you can do with it. You can like advertise things, you can have sponsors, you can make, you can, and I mean, I'm not advertising or having sponsors here, but eventually I will, hopefully. Like that's what I hope to do. I hope to, like, instead of wearing this UCLA t-shirt, have like a t-shirt of someone's brand, and they pay me a bunch of money to do that, to like wear their t-shirt on this live stream. And so like there's like different things that people do, but having a lot, like growing your following is actually, it could be a really good thing for you and your business and whatever. And you don't even have to have such a large following. I know people who are like, who have very mediocre followings and are somehow making good money off of that. And it's really impressive. Like, I don't even know how they do it, but it makes sense because there is really a lot you can do with a lot of followers. And I still haven't, I'm still learning everything, but like, I don't think it's nothing. And if you guys want to do that, I definitely support it. Like, if you guys want to, like, TikTok is a good example because I know that TikTok is growing really fast. They're not censoring anybody. I can't imagine TikTok kicking anybody off their platform, at least now. They're just letting anything roll. There's so many curse words on that app. I can't even count. Like, actually, it's rare to have videos that don't have anything that's like over the top or cussing or like crazy or inappropriate. Like, everything on TikTok is crazy and inappropriate and wacky. Like, that's why people left YouTube. Certain people, not everyone. I mean, we're still on YouTube, right? But certain people left YouTube because YouTube was censoring all the people. YouTube is censoring, if you say the word R-A-P-E, YouTube will block your video. It's like really hard to enjoy YouTube as freely as we used to. So TikTok is taking advantage of that. They're having everybody on their platform and everybody's saying the craziest things, and they won't ban you. And people are getting big on that platform very quickly. So hop on it. I definitely recommend it. All right. Any other questions? Any questions for me? Has anyone been listening to my Anchor audio podcasts? I mean, you might have been watching it on Google or whatever. Let's see what it's available on. Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public. I actually didn't even check what's the status with the SoundCloud. I'll double check about SoundCloud. But Rick Taylor is asking, what's your TikTok? My TikTok is just at Pardes, I think. Just my name. At my name. So, yes. Someone's name here is actually Belle Delphine. I mean, their name after the Instagrammer or YouTube star or Instagrammer, basically this like social media star who literally sold like her bathwater. I mean, that's an example of making money off of your followers, off of your following. It's like, and people are like, "Ooh, that's awful. She scammed people." She didn't scam anybody. She was literally like, "Who wants to buy my bathwater?" And a bunch of people were like, "Yeah, me." Like, she didn't scam them. She was like, "Hey, would you buy my bathwater?" She's not forcing anyone to buy it. She's not lying to anybody. Like, she's like, "Hey, I want to buy my bathwater," and everyone's like, "Yeah, me." And people are like, "You scam artist. You thief." What? She didn't steal anything from anybody. She didn't force anyone to buy her bathwater. She didn't scam anybody. and tell them that they're getting like this special water that has healing powers. She literally said, like, here I'm taking a bath and here's the water for my bath. Like, you can't get mad at that. That's a great example of someone, when you say making money off your following, it doesn't mean that you're like taking advantage of people. It means that you're using your platform or whatever you have to sell a product, or to to make something known to people that they may or may not decide to want. And in the case of Belle Delphine, bathwater is what people wanted. There's literally a YouTuber video of a YouTuber guy like vaping her bathwater. And people liked it like as a joke. I remember I was having like this, like earlier in the year, I was having like my I was having problems with like apartment stuff, and one of my friends made like a GoFundMe, and like, here, help this young woman. People don't want to be her roommate because she worked at Fox, and like that actually kind of went viral, and people were but like the thing is that it was very obviously a joke, and he actually, the person who made the GoFundMe, like, he openly said this is a joke. And I mean, it actually was really helpful, not gonna lie, but like, people weren't paying because they're like, oh no, like, this is detrimental and we have to like save this person's life right now. Like, a lot of people, like, I'd get messages like, I just think it's funny. I just like people make these people make like campaign stuff all the time, and it's, as a consumer, it's your choice whether or not you want to buy it. So anyway, that's like a totally off tangent, but Joe's saying people are calling you a grifter. People are still calling me a grifter for that, and it's like, sometimes I think like, that was, people are so lame, and like, why can't they have gotten the joke, and why couldn't they have, like, why are they taking everything so seriously? But then other times I'm just like, whatever. If it wasn't that, they would have found something else to get mad at, so whatever. I'll just, nothing I can do about it. Reactionary saying, what's a grifter? A grifter is like this word that everybody's using lately that is so dumb because it's so arbitrary. It's like someone who like an opportunist who like slips into every situation in order, and is like a different person in every situation in order to get what they want. Kind of like in some way like a con artist, but like they're not actually necessarily stealing. They're just like, they're pretending to be like a different person in every situation. Like in politics, it's used a lot to say, like, I don't know, this person used to be a Democrat and now they're suddenly a Republican. They're just doing that for money, and now they're suddenly a Democrat. They're doing it for money. Yeah, it's like all this stuff. By the way, all these people who are freaking out about the tragedy and like using it for their angry political talking points, do you think any of these people in the privacy of their own bedrooms are actually crying about those tragedies? Oh no, we must take this seriously. We must condemn this. We must condemn this and this and this. Do you think any of these people in the privacy of their own homes are actually crying? Do you think they shed one tear? Any of these people? Have you like gone anywhere and seen anybody actually shed a tear over this? Over shootings that happened in El Paso and Dayton? Did you shed a tear over it? I mean, not that I think you should have. There's tragedies happening every day and people aren't crying over it. But, like, honestly though, are these people like crying over it? Are they in their bedroom like, ah? I really doubt it. Like, I would be really surprised if any of these people shed a single tear about it in the privacy of their own home. And it's really awful and it's really scary. And I know a lot of people are genuinely afraid of because of it. And like, oh my gosh, like what if this happens to me? I live in a big city, or those aren't even big cities, like just in a public place. What if it happens to me while I'm in a public place? You can't control it. I mean, there's crazy people everywhere. It's like there's nowhere to even run. It's scary. Everybody's scared. But like the people who are using it to go and like, this is why we must have this policy in place. The Democrats are causing us to all these people to die. The Republicans want people to die. They want people to have guns so they can go and shoot everybody. The Republicans want to create mass shootings in order to have their guns. They want to kill people. The Democrats were the ones who caused this so that they can push their gun control. And it's like, dude, when you start doing that, I really don't believe that you shed a single tear over this. It really feels like you're using a toxic situation in order to, like, first of all, feed off your pain body. Because, by the way, nobody goes into this industry if they didn't already have a pain body. So these people are using this situation in order to, like, to feed their pain body, and also to feed whatever political stance it is that they're trying to push to the public. So yeah, if you're curious about where I got pain body from, go and check out Eckhart Tolle. He does these huge talks in front of like thousands of people, and he does them like I am already looking at tickets for a year from now, for I think it's like May 2020. Like, I'm already looking at tickets, and it's already, getting filled up really quickly. They're huge, and I definitely recommend it. Great for mindfulness. I'm on the second book right now, and I definitely recommend it for anyone who wants to learn how to be mindful. All right, so this live stream is coming to a close. We're hitting the 1 hour mark. We're about to say goodbye on Anchor. If you want to watch the video version of this, go on YouTube, Pardes Live, and you'll see every episode on YouTube. And definitely like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to do that. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. And we said goodbye to Anchor. See you all tomorrow night. And if you have anything that you want me to talk about on other podcasts, let me know. Just like hit me up. Even if I don't answer, like, I'm gonna read it. So definitely hit me up. And see you all tomorrow night. Good night, Chino. Good night, Nate.